Hi everyone, it's Lindsay from the vlog Books for Christian Girls, and today I'm actually going to be doing a tag that I wasn't tagged for. Again, I keep doing this, but it's really fun, so let's go ahead and jump in with the behind the BookTube tag, and then I also have a few questions that y'all have asked me that I'm going to answer as well. So let's go ahead. So the first question is, what kind of camera do you use? And all of my videos to this day have been filmed with a Canon 70D. And I am a photographer though, so it's kind of on the pricier end. It's honestly been my dream camera for years, and when I finally bought it, I cried because I was so excited. I love this camera. And then I do all my vlogging with a Canon G7X Mark II. Yeah, that's it. So I use those two cameras to film these videos, and yeah. So do I use any additional equipment? Yes, I have. My window is right here, but I also, in front of that window, I have an umbrella light, and it actually came in a set of 3, but my room really doesn't need that much, not that much more extra light. So I just use one, and because I have glasses, I have to be careful not to, like, if I go over here, you can see the reflection, right? In my glasses, you can see the light. But that's why I position my camera, my actual camera, y'all, right in front of the light bulb of the umbrella light. And yeah, that's my little trick. I do have a microphone that's attached to this camera. It came with it. It's a Rode mic. Don't really know the details of it. It came in the kit with the camera that I bought. And yeah. And then remote-wise, I just use a knockoff little remote control that's so helpful. I was gonna get the official Canon one, but it was like 25 bucks, and this one was 7 bucks. And yeah, y'all, I'm not gonna pay 25 bucks. Canon, I love you dearly. If you ever want to sponsor me, I will gladly accept your sponsorship. But yeah, I'm not gonna pay $25 for a remote that works. This works fine too. Let's see what else. Oh, I have my tripod. This actually is an old tripod that my parents have had forever, and I just used this for the filming one. And I did get a new tripod actually for my birthday, and I love it dearly. I'm looking at it right now. It's beautiful. But I don't use it for these videos. I use it for my desk, my above desk, like journaling videos that I have on my other channel. So I do have that, but yeah. I do want to point out though that you do not need an expensive fancy camera for making YouTube videos. Honestly, I know so many who do it with their phone and their videos are great quality. So yeah, you don't need to go out and buy a camera if you want to make YouTube videos. You don't have to do that. You really don't have to. I was already planning to buy this camera, so it just worked out that it also worked for the videos. And then for my vlogging camera, I really wanted a smaller, more portable camera that could do basically all the same function that this main camera can do. So yeah, that's why I have those two. But honestly, you don't have to have an expensive camera. If you are in the market for buying a camera, I definitely recommend Canon. I have been a Canon fan for years and years. I love their products. I think their quality of their cameras is fantastic. And if you want to make YouTube videos though, I am really going to just suggest to you to have a flip out screen. They are so helpful in filming, especially when like your hair is out of place. It's just learning not to look at it all the time. I'm still working on that myself, but yeah. I should point out on the layout of this camera setup, I do have a video that kind of shows that, and that's the history of BFCG and my blogging history video, and I'll link that up there because I show it a little bit better. I'm not going to really show it in this clip, I don't think, but if you watch my Instagram stories sometime you'll see it too. So yeah, it's not really too complicated. Okay, the third question is scripted or spontaneous. How do you plan what you're going to say in your videos? And I do kind of a half and half, I guess you could say. So right here I have my paper that has all the questions on for the tag, and typically that's what I do for all of them. Like the how well do I know my books challenge, I just printed out all the questions and basically how to do it, that kind of thing, but I don't typically write my answers. Now if it's gonna be like the favorite nonfiction books, I'll typically just put the title, the author, and then in parentheses I'll do like a little bit that I want to cover about the book. Like, oh, this book is about this topic, it deals with this, it's set in this period. And so sometimes I'll do like a little mini, like just a memory jogger kind of thing. I'll do that, but basically half and half. I don't like to completely script it, but if I go completely spontaneous, I ramble on and on and on, and I get really annoyed at myself when I'm editing. Question number 4, how many takes do you do when filming? The intro I think the intro is the part I do the most on. That is the one I could do up to 5 or more, many more. Like this video I think only took me 3 tries. But the video I filmed the other day, it took probably around 5 to 7 times. So typically the intro takes me a while. But yeah, no, typically. I know myself pretty well with editing, that if I say something that I could have said a little better, I'll just nix that part and I'll re-say it. And then in editing, that makes it much easier because I've made a note, Lindsay, delete that prior clip, I'm going to say it better, and then I do, and I talk to myself when editing, so I mean, it works. I don't know, y'all. Okay, question number 5. If you use music in your videos, where do you find it? I don't really use music often in these videos. If I do use it, it is from the YouTube audio studio links. That's typically where I'll find it. I have experimented a little bit with like the sites you pay for, and I like them, but I don't think I'll use them that often, so I always cancel my membership. But yeah, typically it's just that kind of thing. Question number 6, what do you use to make your thumbnails? And I take a picture after I film every video. Then what do? I upload it, and then I edit it a bit into my photo editing software, and Photoshop typically as well. I'll typically touch up a few things, and then I put it into the website called Canva, and yeah, that's how we do it. I just experiment with different fonts. I love fonts, y'all. I'm such a font snob, according to my mom, but it's true. And yeah. Next question is, what do you use to edit your videos? And I do all my main editing on Windows Movie Maker. Yes, Windows Movie Maker hates me too, y'all. It hates everyone. Don't take it personal. I've just used Windows Movie Maker for literally years, so I'm just comfortable with it, and I've learned its tricks. Like, it doesn't like your little file clip. Don't go over 100. The closer you get to 100, the higher chance you have of it crashing. I know that very well. I use Windows Movie Maker for all the basic stuff, and then if I want to do any extra things like add in a little picture or another video clip or have something on top of this video or just add different things, I will do all of that in, what is it called? CyberLink Movie Director? Power Director? Something like that. I use that one for all of the little extra doodads and like the split screen and all that kind of stuff. I use that one. That one came free on my laptop when I bought it, which I was pretty excited about because I had played with the trial version in the past and I liked it. Because I don't have an Apple computer, I don't do like iMovie or Final Cut Pro or anything like that. So I use Windows Movie Maker and the CyberLink Movie Director, Power Director, something like that. Okay, any tips, tricks, or hacks when it comes to filming/editing? And my biggest is honestly going to be pre-filming. A lot of people are like, oh, pre-filming doesn't feel real. But you don't really know, do you? Because it's so helpful. It's such a time saver, especially, this is going to sound really weird, y'all, but I hate putting on makeup. I really do. And putting on a lot of makeup is a lot of work. So if I have makeup on, I'm going to milk that. So when I put makeup on for one video, I'll typically film a couple more videos after that. Like today, this is my 3rd video I'm filming. Bet you didn't know that, did ya? My mom just texted me. On my way home, Y'all, my mom just texted me. On my way home, do you still have makeup on for a tea run? It should be noted, my tea shop knows me with and without makeup, thank you. Let me reply back to her real quick. I do. So yeah, pre-filming is going to be my biggest little tip. And then I don't really have a hack, but just be comfortable. I know it's awkward, and this actually leads me to one of the questions I get asked often is, how am I so comfortable on camera? And honestly, I think it's because I talk to myself a lot. I talk to myself so much. I think people might think I'm crazy by admitting that, but I do. I talk to myself so much. So to talk to myself through a lens isn't really much different for me. Much difference for me. There we go. That's a pretty common question I get asked, is why am I so comfortable on camera? And to be honest, if there was someone else in the room, I wouldn't be as comfortable, but it's just me and a camera, and I'm basically talking to myself. So for some reason that works with me, and yeah. But if like I had someone sitting right here at my desk, I would be like a nervous mess. But it's just me and you, so it works. Yeah. Okay, and the next one, in your opinion, what makes a good video from a production standpoint? So that's our last question. And I really think lighting is important, of course, and natural light is great. It can be a little unpredictable, I will admit, but it's nice. It adds a good warmth to the video and makes it feel, I don't know. I think the big deal is light, and when it's warm light. So I have my window right here, and then I have the umbrella light, and the umbrella light is not really a yellow bulb. It's, I'm seeing spots. It's white, but the glow that it gives off of my camera, plus messing with a few camera settings, makes this video feel a little more yellow toned. And that, I think, really helps with the whole warmth and inviting, because yellow in a picture is typically correlated with the golden hour, which is when sun is setting, and that's the warmth, and I'm going to go off in my photographer mode. But anyway, yellow in a picture typically conjugates warm feelings and welcomeness, and I think that looks a lot better than the stark blue fluorescent lighting that you see that typically you would find in a hospital. So think about it. Hospital versus nice warm yellow feelings. There's a difference. So I'm just going to suggest playing around with light. I personally do think a little bit of the yellow is better. And yeah, okay, that was a random little tidbit, but hopefully that made sense. I don't know if that even made sense. But production standpoint, enjoy it. If you do enjoy it, try pre-filming because it will save you time. And then, yeah, play around with your lighting. I don't really have too many big hints or tips or anything. I just enjoy doing this, and it's fun to hear back from y'all. And Daisy loves barking in all the videos, so there's that. I know I got asked a few more questions personally on like what the vlogging video knowledge, so let me real quick find those questions and I'll answer them. Okay, so like I already kind of answered this one, but it's how are you so comfortable on camera? And again, I talk to myself a lot, like a lot. So that I think really helps. And again, if there was someone sitting right here in the same room, or someone was listening in at my door, besides a beagle, I would be a lot more nervous. But it's just me and the camera, and yeah, it's not really that different. Next one is, how do you come up with ideas for blogs and / or videos? Well, blog, that was a God thing. That was completely how BFCG was started. Again, the one video about the history of BFCG talks more about that. That was a completely God thing on how BFCG started. That's, again, really discussed more in the history of BFCG video. For videos, how do I come up with ideas for videos? Y'all honestly help me out so much. Y'all give me ideas and suggestions, and I'm so appreciative. And then also, sometimes things just come to me at like 4 in the morning. Like other videos. But typically, yeah, it's y'all, random ideas that come to me, or maybe if it's a tag, like this tag I've seen around on YouTube for a while. And I actually have a list of tags I want to do, so yeah, you just stay informed, yeah. Next, how do I stay motivated? I have an essential oil called Motivation by Young Living. That one really helps, and I'm not kidding. No, I'm somewhat kidding. I love doing the videos, so I think that really does help with the whole motivation thing, but there are some days where I'm like, I have to film today, and I just don't feel like filming, because I do have to kind of psych myself out for filming, because yes, this is me. Y'all are seeing me. This is me. But it's a different part of me than the typical person would see. Like, if you ran into me at a bookstore, I'm probably not going to be this bubbly, outgoing, extroverted, because I am not an extrovert. So it's a different part of me. So I do have to kind of psych myself up to get, like, yeah, excited, bubbly, that kind of thing. But yeah, how do I stay motivated? Yeah, it's just because I enjoy doing it. It's because y'all enjoy it. And yeah, that's fine. That's how I stay motivated. With help from an essential oil every now and then. What is the hardest and most enjoyable part of being a blogger / YouTuber? I don't know if there's really anything hard nowadays. Back more towards the beginning of BFCG in the first couple of years, I had a lot of harassment and hate comments. So that was probably the hardest, in the sense of I couldn't get over that people were being that rude and mean. But now that's thankfully not too much of a problem, and honestly, sometimes there's a couple that come through every now and then, but it doesn't really bother me anymore. It really doesn't. I've well, that's your opinion. I stand by my opinion. Block and delete. That's just how it's gonna go. As for the most enjoyable parts, I've discussed this a little bit in past videos and I can't think of which ones, but it's mainly just there's other people out there like me. I have something in common with more people than I thought, and that's about what kind of content should be in our fiction books. And that's kind of amazing, because I really, like I've mentioned before, especially in the History of BFCG video, that I really only thought a handful of people would check out Books for Christian Girls, and they would check it out because, oh, it's Lindsey's blog, we need to see what she's up to, that kind of thing. But then it grew, and it grew, and it's still growing, and it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, the most enjoyable part is hearing from girls who have the same values as I do, in the sense of what we want to see in our fiction and what we don't want to see in our fiction, and Christian fiction especially. I think that's really enjoyable. And of course, all the friendships I've made through all of this, that's been pretty cool. I got countries I've never really thought about visiting before, and now I'm well, I have to go there so I can meet this friend. I have to go there so I can meet this friend. And yeah, it's fun. It's really neat. And then, on the topic of friendships, one question I got asked in a personal message was, how do you make friends in the blogging community? And I kind of talked about this a bit in the blogging tips video, and basically, just be kind, and just, if you see somebody comment, if I saw somebody comment about a Janice Thompson book, and I've never really talked to that person before, I'm going to comment, oh, I love this book too, it was so good, I loved the part when da-da-da-da, and that's really it. I'm not going to ask, please check out my website, please check out my review, I'd love for you to check out my channel. I wouldn't comment any of that, because personally I get asked that a lot, and I will typically do it if I have time at the moment, but I want them to know that I'm not there to get them to follow my blog and then I disappear talking with them, but I have a new follower kind of thing. It's being sincere that, hey, I really like this one too, I love your feed, that kind of thing. It's being sincere, kind, and just not in it for getting a new follower. It's in it for talking about a mutual author or a book that you both like. So hopefully that made sense. If not, I have a video that talks a little bit more about that. But that is it. Those are my questions that I have to answer, and I have done. Check. That's really it for this video. I really love the little behind the scenes look into things. I think that's really fun. And I didn't really do too much into that. I kind of answered questions. I actually will link my equipment though down below if y'all would like to check that out. Not the tripod though. Tripod's ancient. It's not very steady. You don't really want this tripod. So I'll link everything else though down below so y'all can check it out and see if you're interested in it. But again, I stress you do not need a fancy camera to film. You don't need it. You do not. It is okay to just film on your phone, on your mom's camera, on really anything. Just have fun. If you enjoy it, then that's going to be what pulls people in. If y'all ever do start a YouTube channel, though, please do let me know. I would love to check out your videos, especially if you talk about Christian fiction. That would be awesome. We have a few of us in this community. So yes. And that's really it for this video. Thank y'all again for the ones who asked other blogging questions, and I was happy I could answer them in this little video. I hope that they were satisfactory, and I will see y'all next time. I'm Lindsay from the blog booksforchristiangirls.blogspot.com, where in 2019 there's a new review every Friday. I have a new video on this channel every other Thursday, and I'm on Instagram somewhat randomly, but I try. Bye everyone.